Hello everyone, I am Giselle Tiano and this is my report about the stages of moral development by Kohlberg's theory of moral development. So this is the photo of Lawrence Kohlberg. So we have here a timeline or a biography of Mr. Kohlberg. In October 15, 1927, he was born in Brooksville, New York, and in 1948 he enters the University of Chicago and completes his bachelor's degree in psychology in 1 year. In 1949, he begins his doctoral work at the University of Chicago, and in 1957 to 1958, he completes his doctoral dissertation research on the moral development of children. And in 1968, as a result of his dissertation research, Kohlberg found professional fame. So in 1969, he influenced by the kibbutz in his travel in Israel. Kohlberg returned to US and found several just communities. And in 1971, while conducting cross-cultural work in Belize, Kohlberg contracts a tropical disease that plagued him physically and mentally for the next 16 years. In 1987, he leaves from a Massachusetts hospital where he is seeking treatment for a bad illness. Kohlberg commits suicide by drowning himself in Boston Harbor. He was 59 years old. So, Kohlberg's theory of moral development or the stages of moral development. Kohlberg extended Piaget's theory, proposed that moral development is a continual process that occurs throughout the lifespan. Used Piaget's storytelling technique to tell people stories involving moral dilemmas. He based his theory upon research and interviews with groups of young children. A series of moral dilemmas were presented to these participants, and they were also interviewed to determine the reasoning behind the judgment of each scenario. One of the best-known stories of Kohlberg in 1958 concerns a man called Heinz who lived somewhere in Europe. So, this is the three levels of moral reasoning or the stages of moral development. First is the pre-conventional morality, conventional morality, then third one is the post-conventional morality. It has two different stages. In pre-conventional, we have the stage 1, the obedience and punishment. Stage 2, we have the individualism and exchange. And in conventional, we have the stage 3, the interpersonal relationships. And stage 4, the maintaining social order. And in post-conventional, we have the stage 5, social contract and individual rights. And the stage 6, the universal principles. So let's talk about pre-conventional morality. Age 4 to 10, a person is motivated by obedience to authority. Commonly associated with young children involves little thoughts about morality. Moral code is shaped by the standards of adults and the consequences of following or breaking their rules. Stage 1 is about the obedience and punishment. What is it all about? Early stage of moral development, common in young children, and children see rules as fixed and absolute. Obeying the rules is important, of course, to avoid punishment. Morality is motivated solely by punishment. So this stage 2 is about individualism and exchange. The children account individual points of view, judge action based on how they serve individual needs. Reciprocity is possible, but only if it serves one's own interest. Children recognize that there is not just one right view and that different individuals have different viewpoints. Focuses on individualism and different perspectives. The goal is to avoid punishments. So we have the second one is about the conventional morality. The age 10 to 13. People focus on following social norms and customs, begin to internalize the moral standards of valued adults, role models. Reasoning is based on the norms of the group to which the persons belong. So the stage 3 is about the interpersonal relationship, also known as the good boy, good girl orientation. Focus on living up to social expectations and rules. Emphasis on conformity, being nice. Consider how choices influence relationships. Then the stage 3 is about interpersonal relationship or the continuation. It emphasizes the maintenance happy interpersonal relationship and pleasing others. A need to avoid rejection, disinfection, or disapproval from others. So stage 4 about the maintaining social order. Consider society as a whole when making judgments. Focus is on maintaining law and order by following the rules, doing one's duty, and respecting authority. Please individuals to maintaining social order by social norms, customs, and law. Becomes aware of the wider rules of society to avoid guilt. A need to not be criticized by a true authority figure. So last is we have the post-conventional morality or the adolescence to adult. People look beyond convention to determine moral norms and appropriate social interaction. Judgment is based on self-chosen principles. Moral reasoning is based on individual rights and justice. Stage 5. Social contract and individual rights. Begin to account the differing values, opinions, and beliefs of other people. Laws are important, but not members of the society should agree upon these standards. Becomes aware there are times when they will work against rules or the interests of particular individual. Emphasis on the social contract and the maintenance of individual rights. Then the stage 6 is about universal principles. Reasoning is based on universal ethical principles and abstract reasoning. Follow these internalized principles of justice even if it's against the law. Moral judgment is motivated by one's own conscience. People have developed their own set of moral guidelines which may or may not fit the law. Search for universal principle. So that is my report about the stages of moral development. Thank you for watching.